It's a Wednesday night. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm pregnant, and I am going to make scones. If you normally watch my channel, this is not the normal thing that I post. I usually talk about writing and art, but I believe that baking is sort of like a form of art, and also I'm hungry, please don't judge me. Additionally, am I trying to fill a void that has been left in my heart by the lack of cooking with Kat? Potentially. Long story short, I owe my husband scones. My white chocolate raspberry scones are like his favorite thing ever. I really want to make those for him, especially because I have a really huge garden. And it was a big selling point of this house that we bought. And one thing that we grow is raspberries, and these are the first raspberries of the season, and I love turning them into scones. So we are going to make white chocolate raspberry scones. I will link down below the recipe because there is no way I created this recipe on my own. I found it on Pinterest because where else do you find recipes nowadays? I'll have that down below for you guys. But this is white chocolate raspberry scones. They are delicious. They will make your life happy. Did I decide to film this video while in the shower and just said screw it to putting on more makeup and decided to just wear my pajamas? Potentially. I mean, I got the Peace, Love, and Vampire shirt on. That's gotta count for something, and I don't think you guys can see that. Let's see if we can do justice. My bump is getting bumpy. I'm going to be 15 weeks on Friday, and look at this. My husband described it as like, it feels like a water balloon. It's bumpy. It's a little bump. It's a cute bump. I'm happy with my bump. Okay, back to the scones. Let's go. The ingredients you will need are flour, an oven that's preheated to 400 degrees, sugar, white chocolate chips, the more the merrier, baking powder, not baking soda, don't get those mixed up, salt. I use sea salt because I got nothing. Cold butter, has to be cold, vanilla extract and almond extract. Very important that they're from different brands. Cream, did I say milk? I can't remember if I said milk. Eggs, these are cage free. And then did I mention raspberries? Those are also very important. I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees and we're gonna go. And it's gonna be great, I hope. We'll find out. If it turns out terrible, I will just not post this to the internets. We'll see. Are you guys okay? I guess I'll just have to crouch down. It'll be fine. Who needs back support anyway? First, we are going to take our flour. You want to spoon in flour as opposed to just packing it in really tightly because it keeps it loose, and that's better for some reason that I can't remember at this moment. Scoop that in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I was wrong about my butter, and for some reason I had in my head that 1 stick was 1 cup. It's actually half a cup. So this recipe actually calls for 2 sticks butter. Bon appetit. Do you want to see something very unusual that we're about to do with this butter? It involves this. Now that I have successfully made my hands buttery for the rest of my life, let's continue. And our next step involves white chocolate chips. Let's go. My fingers are really buttery, so don't judge me for using my teeth to open that. Cup of white chocolate chips. Add them to the dry ingredients. I'm gonna have to put my hands in here. Oh, hang on. I needed to get the cute one. I can never decide if I want to say cute or funny things while I'm doing the baking part, or if I just want to let you guys watch and enjoy it. It's not like I have a decent enough camera to pick up all the sounds. So this isn't gonna be like ASMR style or anything, so I'm sorry anyone who came here for a baking ASMR. I don't know how you got this lost. I'm kind of like literally stabbing it to get like some of the butter chunks broken up so that it folds nicely when we add the wet ingredients and whatnot. I don't know why I turned British there for a second. So next up, we are going to do stuff with the wet ingredients, and it's gonna be wonderful. Where is my measuring cup? My husband and I own a ton of fancy, nice glass measuring cups, but for some reason, we both always default to this crappy plastic IKEA measuring cup we got when we first moved in together. I mean, the numbers are starting to chip off. It's been through the ringer. And yet I love using this thing and I don't know why. And I will just use it forever. And yes, I paid attention in my home ec class and I do get down on the ground to measure. So my home ec teacher is really proud of me right now. Oh yeah, got the thingy. That's different. It's like almost like whipped creamy on the, this is brand new. It doesn't expire till the end of the month, but why is it, it's like whipped creamy at the top. It doesn't smell bad, and I've got like supersonic pregnancy smelling. I mean, it's heavy whipping cream, so maybe it just got jostled around a lot and someone made whipped cream. I don't know. Should I use it? I don't have anything else though. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know what? If I get sick from this, I will give you guys an update. I will insert a clip. But I think it's okay. It's heavy whipping cream. It probably just got jostled around a bunch. It's gonna be okay. In the words of Kat, it's fine. Everything is fine. We need 2 eggs. This crouching thing is great, by the way. And here is a fun tip about when you're cracking eggs. Before you crack an egg, don't just crack it into your wet ingredients, because if you get a bad egg, you're going to ruin everything you have. So instead, take a container that you've been using and crack it in there. And it's a way to check, make sure it's okay, remove any shell bits, because it's gonna be a lot harder to get shell bits out of there. This egg is good, so I'm gonna toss them in. Same with this guy. And you just need to have confidence when you crack an egg. That was a little aggressive for my taste, but I'm trying to show confidence while I bake. Wash your hands after you handle raw eggs, especially if you're pregnant, because your immune system is weaker. And if your immune system is weaker, it means you are more susceptible to getting sick. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Technically, the recipe calls for you to add the flour to the wet ingredients, but I did the bigger bowl, so hang on a second. I'm just gonna get every bowl in my house dirty. We need these guys, or else we're gonna have a bad time. So I love the smell of this. I need a teaspoon and a half. Again, we're just gonna make all of the dishes. That's okay. That's tomorrow Alex's problem. So we are going to add the flour mixture slowly. A fun memory I'll share with you guys, because I grew up baking with my dad. He was the one that did a lot of the cooking and baking in our house. I would always watch him while he was baking and just observe and, you know, help him out. And it would be so funny because we'd both start out with slowly incorporating flour mixtures. And me and my dad are both not always the most patient people, so we'd be really patient at first and be slowly adding the ingredients. And then by the end of it, it's just like, okay, just dump it. Actually, I wrote a short story a long time ago about an experience me and my dad had where we were making Irish soda bread, and we made it, and then we went to knead it. It was not incorporating. It was just turning runny like this, and it was just staying that way. We're kneading it, and we're kneading it, and we're kneading it. We're like, what is wrong with this? My dad looks at the recipe. He's like, oh my God, we've made this recipe 50,000 times, and somehow we forgot that this is a bread that you don't knead.
at all. Like, you do not need Irish soda bread. That had just escaped our mind, and we both missed that in the directions. So that was just this really funny, comical moment for us. It still turned out fine. I mean, sure, it was probably, I don't know, dense or something. I just laugh every time I think about that. That's like one of my big baking highlights. I'm gonna stick my hands in here just to lightly incorporate the rest of this. We don't want to over mix it. We don't want to knead it. This is not Irish soda bread. I'm gonna clear off my hands, and then we are going to add the raspberries, and it is going to be delicious. We are going to take these raspberries and fold them into here, but I want you guys to just be emotionally prepared for this, because these aren't perfect store-bought raspberries. Like, some of them are overripe, some of them are a little underripe, so they tend to break apart more than your store-bought raspberries are going to, you know, cooperate, and that's okay. Like, if they turn a little jelly-ish, it's perfectly fine. It's not the end of the world. That does not ruin the recipe. If anything, it just turns your batter a little bit pink and it makes it pretty. Some recipes and some people who bake would probably freak out and tell you, no, you have to be gentle with the raspberries. But baking is about getting messy, in my opinion. Like, it is about precision and it is about artistry. But this is cool. That's some white chocolate chips. Now a little bit of those in. No, Wilbert, you cannot have those. Those are going in the trash. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready for the really messy part, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna take this cutting board, put some flour down. Spread that out. Sorry that this is like white on white. It's the biggest cutting board I have. Okay. Loop. Like a giant brain. I love it. What is that character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that's literally like a brain, alien brain in the stomach of this guy? Was it Craig? Krog? Something like that. This is what I'm thinking of. Is like, bleh. Okay. Loop. Loop. All right. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pieces, which is perfect. We're gonna get a baking sheet and put them on there. Sorry if the camera quality went down. I had to switch because my battery got full on my main camera, so now we're on my iPhone, and I figured you guys don't need to see me moving mush scones onto a baking sheet. And ooh, they're a little more watery this time than usual. That's okay. We can make this work. So maybe it's good that you're not seeing me, because right now it looks like I'm tearing apart the brain scones. Ooh, brain scones. I like that idea. I don't know. This was fun. I'm sure it's not the most interesting content I've ever made. It's definitely not the content I usually make on my channel. It's just nice for me to once in a while do something a little bit different. This is making my night a lot more bearable, because I have been dealing with a lot of exhaustion issues because of, 1, my pregnancy, and 2, like I mentioned in my last video, I'm having some issues with my thyroid. It's doing fine. Baby's fine, everything's okay, the doctor's keeping an eye on it. It's just that I have found out that I have an overactive thyroid. Essentially means that my thyroid is overproducing certain hormones and stuff that thyroids do. I'm no scientist when it comes to this. My thyroid's overworking. In the long run, it's not good to be overproducing, because that can have long-term effects on you, but the baby's okay. I do get really exhausted. Like around 1 or 2 o'clock every day, I just get so unbearably tired. I have been at meetings at work where I literally cannot keep my eyes open, and I'm just sitting there staring into space. Like, I strategically sometimes drink my water bottle very slowly so that I can have a few moments to keep my eyes closed. That's not fun. It's not fun at all, but I'm taking care of it. I'm doing okay, and we're doing our best. And the brain scones are ready, so we're gonna put those in the oven. I go for about, let's go 15 minutes to start. I really appreciate how patient you guys have been with my channel, especially because I haven't been making as many videos. You guys have all been just so loving and supporting, and there's all of a sudden an influx of new people, which, you know, happens a lot of times with like NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo. I appreciate it if you watch this even though you came here for nano content. I just needed a break, and this was good for me because another issue I've been having is that in the evenings is that I'm exhausted. I just want to go to sleep. Before that, I woke up like 2 hours early and ended up just laying there, and eventually got up at like 5 a.m. on Sunday and just made pancakes. I'm trying to keep myself more active in the evening so that I don't sit and get tired and then fall asleep at a ridiculously early time, because that's not good. I need to balance my sleep schedule. I'm gonna leave you guys for a minute and I will get you back when the scones are ready. So you guys are gonna laugh at me and say, oh, really? This has never happened to you before? But this has never happened to me before, and I need to show you. I need to show you what has happened to my scones. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they puffed up so much. Look at them. They're huge. They never puff up this much. I don't know what I did. I kind of love them. They've never puffed up this much, but seriously, guys, does this not look like a brain? Look at my brain babies. I mean, I write horror, so it makes sense that my delicious baking treats would turn slightly demonic. Honestly, I kind of love them. Oh, I love my little brain scones. They're magical and bizarre and twisted, which is pretty much how I live my life and how my aesthetic is. Trademark, patchwork nerd. All right, it's round 3 of seeing if the scones are finally ready. Okay, so I'm going to let them cool down before I try to move them around. I know technically if you leave them on the baking sheet, they're still technically cooking, but I don't want to move them yet. Guys, my brain scones are beautiful. And my dog needs to be let back in. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I wanted to show you how the brain scones turned out. I swear they've never puffed up this much before, but I'm kind of here for it. I kind of love it. Break off a piece. Like, I mean, they look good. They smell good. They taste good. They just rose a lot. If you guys maybe know what I did wrong or what I did right, if you are pro brain scone, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'd love to hear other things that maybe you guys want me to bake. I do make really amazing lemon poppy seed tea cakes. Oh my god, they're so good. So maybe I'll make that next time. Otherwise, let me know if you guys have any suggestions for other things that I can maybe talk about while baking, or other things that I can bake. All I know is there is one very happy pregnant lady tonight, and who is also going to have a very happy husband when he gets home. Me and baby are going to go eat some scones and live our best life and have a good night. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you are new to my channel, hit that happy little subscribe button down below. I normally don't post stuff like this, but maybe I will again in the future. Let me know if you want me to. And as always, remember, keep creating, keep laughing, and most importantly, please keep encouraging each other. And encourage each other to make brain scones. I'll see you next time. Toodles! Yep, it still tastes good.